thermostat here, cranked up to 90. We're gonna set it down to a normal temperature. It's just freeze protection. It ain't gonna do 90. So we'll set it there. Leave it be. I did take my jumpers off. There must be a delay in the board because I pulled my jumper off, put it back on, and I had a call. So that's what I was looking at there. And so I just gotta clean up my mess. So I got an old unit heater here, Reznor. Fan blade does its spinny thing. I'm not sure what the hell that is. The wire tie there for some reason. But fan moves, power's on, stats in heat mode. I'm sure I got a call. Let's get in here and find out if we got a lockout or something. Could have a vent problem. Vents to the roof. We've had a lot of weather lately. Ice and snow. What we got here? Two flashes. What the hell that means? This probably needs some maintenance, I can imagine. There's our burner here. You can see how dirty it is. That doesn't look awful. Let's figure out what two flashes is. I don't see anything else too crazy. I mean, it needs to be cleaned, but this is a manufacturing area, so it is dusty and dirty in here. Combustion motor. Looks like it's seen better days too. Oh, combustion motor's done. I'll bet we didn't make a pressure switch. I have a pressure switch, yeah, right there. I bet we didn't make a pressure switch. Let's see. Check that out. Yeah, it ain't gonna work real well. I'll find the flash code, but it's gonna be pressure switch error. And we'll tear that out of there and see what we can get on that motor. So it's here. It's just hard to read, small. Pressure switch does not close within 30 seconds of venter energized. Two flash. That's just as I expected. Keep in mind we've got a capacitor back there. It's a 7.5. It doesn't look like your normal capacitor, but that is a capacitor, so is that. 7.5, they're both the same. We can get a regular capacitor in here if we need to. So let's get we need to clean all this up, but let's get the motor off of here and see if we can't find us a motor. So we've got the power turned off. I am gonna attempt, you can see, I mean, it was on there, the screw was in there tight. It didn't even bust out, it just like spread it out, and the rubber grommet, it's got a little rubber grommet there that's missing, but the motor does spin. It's steaming hot right now, but I'm gonna try to get it up in there and see if I can get this thing to work before I go, just to make sure nothing else is wrong. So let's see if we can't get it on there. We'll let this motor cool down for a little bit because it is hot. It's probably been going out on overload for God knows how long. And then see what happens from there. Obviously we'll tear it all out and try to replace the whole assembly if I can. But we're gonna have to call and get parts. So I'm gonna squeeze that bracket together a little bit, give me something to grab onto, and then I'll get my screw and my grommet back in. So that didn't take much. Got it back in there. See, motor spins. So we're not rubbing anything. We'll let it cool off for a few more minutes. I might go grab a rag and then we'll try to cycle this thing. We probably need to pull all of this and clean it, but for right now, I can get them running until I can get a new motor. The motor's got they gotta have some damage to it. You can see the windings look like actually they don't look too terribly bad, but you can see some overheating. It's not good for it to sit there and lock up like that. It looks like it wires over here on our board. Alright, I got a supply house looking for parts. Motor's not bouncing around no more in the moment of truth. It's not as cool as I'd like it to be, but yeah. Thing took right off and started running. A little bit noisy. A little bit vibrating. The wheel's probably plugged with all kinds of stuff. I did clear my board out on my tubing. We got spark ignition. See what happens. Got the same lockout, so let's pull it off and look at the wheel. I bet there's something wrong with the wheel. That's why it's vibrating like that, and that's probably what broke the mount and everything else. This is why you got to be careful. Before I pulled the motor off, I got to looking. I put my tubing on the wrong side of the pressure switch. That actually closes with positive pressure. Tubing's supposed to go there. So always pay attention to what you're doing. You might do something dumb like that. Now maybe we'll get a fire. They do have the parts in stock, so if I can get this running while I run and get parts, it'd be perfect. Was a little bit delayed, and you can see I'm flashing on my flame sense, the orange light. That's probably just because the flame sensor is dirty and needs to be cleaned. Give it a minute, it might stabilize, but we're going to clean all that anyway. Yeah, it just went out. Gonna try again. So I got the flame sensor pulled. You can see some buildup on it. We're gonna clean it and make sure we can get this thing fired to stay fired, so we can get that fan motor running and make sure everything works before I leave. Don't want to come back with parts, especially I'm across town. It's gonna take me a while to get back. I don't want to take a long trip and waste everybody's time if something else is wrong. Temperature, time delay. Fan mode. .6 amps. Rated 5.8. This guy's gonna be alright. Get rid of that damn vibration. Alright, now let's go get parts. wheel, and I got a capacitor. So didn't come with grommets or gaskets, so we're going to be careful taking it apart, but we should have everything we need here. Let's get inside and get back up to this thing. Still running. Alright, let's get her turned off, cool her down, clean her up a little bit, and we'll pop that new motor in there. Good flames still. Flames look good. Alright. Alright. The old motor out. Wheel and everything doesn't look bad. Everything looks good. I blew the control panel out. Everything else looks alright, so I'm probably going to pull the burner here, and depending on how, I might just clean it up from here. I blew this out, so that's one big, just one long burner. So the other thing, I'm just being careful. There's a note on the door that says this switch is breaking the neutral, so this is actually still hot. It says they were supposed to come back and fix it and never did, so here I am. But anytime you see something like that, make sure you check. So let's see if we can't get that wheel off. If not, I have to cut it off and get the new motor mounted. So this is gonna fight me. I got the set screw out, cleaned it up a little bit, but you can see now it's closer to this side than that side. That's why it's wobbling, because these aren't tightened down evenly. So that motor's sitting off. So make sure everything's aligned good, and maybe get some WD-40 something on this motor, see if I can pull it off of there. So I just have to work the wheel off. We got good even everywhere. Spins nice and free. The old motor is locked up. Not all the way, but it's tight. Don't spin free, so it was going to die eventually. Let's get our set screw, make sure it's nice and tight, lined up, and then we'll throw this guy back in there. So new motor's in. Where the hell my flashlight? There's my flashlight. I got a tight space. I'm extended. I got racks behind me, but new capacitor's in. New motor, everything looks secured, everything's good. I don't see any more major issues. We got it back in the bracket it was in. So we're gonna try to fire this guy off. The new capacitor was a pain. The screws on the back side of it, 1/4 inch screw, that didn't want to come out. Old capacitor is good, so we're gonna leave it and date it, and we'll tag and date it, obviously, that we changed the motor. We blew everything out. We're gonna get amp draws when we turn it back on, and this thing ran for an hour while I was gone, so I don't suspect any more issues. We will note the switch breaking the neutral. I don't know why they said an electrician needed to come do that. We are gonna set them up on a maintenance to where we come out and can do some maintenance on this thing. They're getting ready to leave now, so they're kind of kicking me out of here. But they just took over this space. This is just another big warehouse space. This heater is just for freeze protection. Nothing else. Is not going to comfort heat this space. You saw how big it was. So they're fairly new to it. We're going to get a maintenance contract on it, come back and clean it up real well. But for now, this guy's going to run and flip the switch, get an amp draw. See if this sounds any better. We snugged up our bolts there just evenly where we didn't throw anything off. What did I do? Did something wrong because I don't have power now. I didn't do anything but change the motor and the capacitor. Make sure I didn't pull any wires off. I don't believe I did. Flickered for a minute. There it goes. You might have a switch going bad too. Is that normal without a call? There should be a call. Unless they turned it down. Let's see, my call comes in here. I have to go down and check the stat. They had it turned up to 90, I think, when it wasn't working, so they may have come back by and turned it down. It's just a heat-only thermostat. Alright, let's go check that and get this thing fired off. Let's see what we got here, see if we got a call. Kind of rushing me. This guy's ready to get out of here. He stayed late just for me to do this. So we're on red and white. You can't see it, I ain't got no call. So there's no call from the thermostat. We can fix that. We just take, let's see if I can do this. There's terminal block here with spade terminal. I'll pull my red, put it right there. It's gonna give me a call. 1.4 amps. This one's rated 1.6. Sounds a whole lot better. You can't hear it from the ground. We're just gonna watch it fired. Steady flame still, and I'm heating. Sure, this guy starts up. Amp girl was alright on it. We wiped it down and blew it out. The dust around and everything else will need to be cleaned, but it's not affecting it right now. We did inspect the heat exchanger in there. The heat exchanger's alright. I thought this thing was older than it was. I don't know what year this would be, but BC17 serial number, so maybe it's a 17. But we're looking good. We're gonna watch it for a little bit. Amp draw went down 1.14, so I'm happy with that. And call this guy good. I gotta clean up my mess and get the hell out of here. Leave a tray better than you found it, guys. See y'all next time.